It's like dripping wet.
Dude,
I'm sliding down the chimney.
dripping wet Santa on a sleigh. I can't imagine it. I'm just imagining like mall Santa, you know?
Yes, to
Your
yes to
everyday like
deliver. Yeah,
neighbor,
yes to
you know?
what happened?
Like your everyday neighbor like John or something. You know, he's like your 40-year-old stays at home with mom, and he's like Santa at the mall. Bro, stop biting my wires. Relax. Oh my god, I have to put you in my fucking lap here. Chill, bro. Ash baby, relax. Relax. Daddy's gonna play with you later, but you can't be playing with my stuff. No. No, if you're gonna be this way, I'm gonna put you in the office, okay? No, no. Stop. 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 He's biting me now because of my fingers in the way of the wires. No biting the wires. Say hi to Alex.
Hi, kitty cat.
Hi, Alex. Okay, baby, look. I love you. I will play with you after, okay? But for now, I'm going to put you in here just because I'm going to record, okay? Can you behave? Relax. Relax, baby. I need those wires. I'm going to close this. Homie's gonna be fucking mad. All right. I put him in the office. All right, take two. All right. All right, I am recording, so you about good?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Of course I'm good.
Recording. Oh, man. Yeah.
What, what do you think? I'm not gonna be good? Dang.
Please, it's just common courtesy. I thought I'd ask.
You ask me if I'm good. I'm always good, Daddy. Are you good?
Am I good? Am I good? Dude, no, you know what? That's the second time somebody asked me that today. You know, Alex, I'm great. I'm really great. Thanks for asking.
You're fantastic. That's what you're supposed to say. I'm
I'm
fantastic.
fan freaking tastic, man. I'm just dandy. I'm just I'm,
That's that. That found Dandy sounds a little overzealous, you know. That sounds like you're pushing it.
well, that's why people say fine and dandy. They balance it out. Fine is like, okay, it's fine,
Uh,
but it's fine and dandy. I'm just dandy.
Fine. I'm
Just
fine
dandy.
and dandy.
Just dandy is different. That's like over the top. So maybe I need to tone it down a little bit.
Fine and dandy sounds like it could be the name of both a radio show with your hosts Fine and Dandy,
Mm-hmm.
or like the name of like a really old book.
I was thinking like a candy, like
Oh, Fine and Dandy candy.
yeah. Ooh, I like the rhyme. I was thinking like the double names so like Dippin' Dots, or that's ice
Okay.
cream. But isn't there like double named candy?
There's like good and plenty.
Good and plenties, fine
Yeah.
and dandies.
Mike and Ike's.
There we go. We're on a roll.
M and
M and
M
M's,
and M's. That's not really a word. It's a letter.
Star and Burst. No, that's dragging it.
Star. I'll have the stars hold the burst.
Nothing but the stars. That's us today. Nothing but the stars.
Talking about a couple stars today.
A lot of people's favorites. Favorite.
Favorites. I like you putting the S on there. Both of them.
Yeah, one of these is definitely not, but it's funny to think of it as people's favorite. Well, maybe in one part of the world it is. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to a Turbo Throwdown special. I'm here with Alex of Turbo
It's
Zone.
it's probably, I mean, most certainly going to be the last throwdown of 2023. At least
Woohoo!
recorded. I don't know when you're putting this up, but recorded in 2023. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next year for more throwdowns.
Did we bring back the Throwdown this year or last year?
This year. No, wait. Shit. Hold on. I have your channel up. I'll tell you.
Okay. The first
'Cause
one
you
we
have a whole.
recorded while he's finding that out was in my old apartment. So that one I know was at least 2 years ago.
We recorded it, but then sat on it for a while. It says 10 months ago was when Alex Kidd and Kid Chameleon was uploaded.
Wow. So
So yeah,
all
this year.
Turbo Throwdowns have been done this year. How many are there?
Uh,
In the playlist is probably excluding the other special one we did.
so there's 13, and this will be 14.
Amazing. Wait, there's 13 in the playlist?
No, there's 12 in the
And then
playlist. So
I
then
see.
I
Awesome.
added the banjo one, and then this is 14.
That's awesome. Well, listen, viewers, if you like today's video, go watch a previous Turbo Throwdown. They're all as special as this one. This one's a little extra special, but, it's good.
I keep
Well,
them on my channel too, because we're always working on this series. So
that's true. And it's always kind of fun to have our little project as well. Well, let's talk today first about what the special Turbo Throwdown is. Alex, I leave it to you.
a Turbo Throwdown special is unlike our regular Turbo Throwdowns, which right now the regular series is focused on Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. Every once in a while, we like to veer off the path and talk about something else. Last time we did a Turbo Throwdown special, we talked about Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts versus Ukulele, the battle of the three E's, as you could say. And I think you wanted to talk about some of the comments. We don't really have anything on that front. But today we are also veering off from the Genesis collection. Recently, me and Teddy and I, have been playing through, not for no particular reason, the Mario All Stars game on Super Nintendo, and kind of like conversing during this time about it. And two games from that collection really stuck out to us for throwdown material, and those games we're going to talk about today. I don't want to say it yet because I don't know if you want to talk about anything else before that, but
Just say it. Mario 1 and
okay.
Mario Lost Level. No.
It's Mario The Lost Levels, aka Japan's Mario 2, and Mario 2 USA, aka Doki Doki fucking. I should have grabbed mine. Doki Doki Panic. I have that.
Everybody panic. We're at the disco.
These are both the Mario 2s, and we're gonna see which one deserves the rightful title of the official Mario 2. We're gonna settle the debate here today, and it's gonna be a fun one because I don't like either of these games, to be perfectly honest.
It's about to be World War II Part 2. America versus Japan.
Why is that the special thing? We did for the last special we did like which one's Banjo 3E? We're just picking like the shitty games and we're like making them fight.
Well, a lot of people will have your deck for calling one of these Mario 2s a shitty game.
I call them both of them a shitty game.
Right, folks. Turbo Zone, his channel, link in the description below.
I am a known Mario 2 hater, and I just want to say I want to go on record before we talk about the topics today. My goal for playing All Stars recently has been 100%, which I'm almost there. I'm like at World 8 of Mario 3, so I'm almost done with All Stars. But I have played the three games before Mario 3 on the cartridge. to 100%. And my opinions have not changed on fucking Mario 2.
Okay, so we
So,
got it out of the way. You'll hear my opinions later. No, listen, I'm not the
yeah.
biggest fan of that game either. So sorry to the viewers at home who are hoping for more Mario 2 love. I'm sure we'll get that in the comments. Keep it
Yeah.
loving, keep it endearing. Put your hearts out.
Look, go scroll down to the comments. The first comment is from Brian saying that he loves it because he got it for his like fifth birthday, and then he walked the dinosaur or something. It's gonna be there.
Dude, back in the day, they didn't even have pets. They just had dinosaurs.
They had to walk. They had to walk the dinosaurs.
Somebody had to do it. And Brian, he was there. Thank you, Brian. I got kings.
So for today's episode, again, we don't really have any comments on the nuts and bolts versus ukulele one. Um,
Sadly.
Sadly, nobody really cared. I do like the comment that I liked your quote that you said, which is just taking it out of context, but you said in this kind of hog town, and that's one of my favorite things you've said is in this kind of hog town.
Do
It sounds like
you,
something you can. It sounds like something you could say in like an old western. It is kind of in this kind of hog town.
Yeah, it was me describing nuts and bolts and maybe the hub world.
Oh yeah, it was Showdown Town. You were talking about Showdown Town, and you said in this kind of hog town. It's so funny. And then there was some Spencer comments here. Spencer actually says he likes both. But says that he likes Yuka better, I guess. He holds it in higher regard, but that's nice. Wasn't really expecting. I think at this point you and I didn't really know. I don't know if we knew Spencer's take on nuts and bolts because he actually ended up liking nuts and bolts for the most part.
I think he
Um,
kind of abstained from a vote here. He thought about voting but didn't. So, Spencer, I'm going to need less thought, more action this time.
he says, "Congrats to Fable 2." I don't know what that means anymore.
I don't know either.
I guess Fable 2 won the episode, which hey, I like that game, so congrats. Um Oh, okay. I think he's just talking about the humor in nuts and bolts, which he talks about in the map out. So if you want to hear more about nuts and bolts, we did a map out this year.
That's right. It was good. It was a
For,
good map.
for
Every banjo map out is a banger. I mean, quite frankly. So go check out our podcast, The Button Mappers, where we map out games start to finish, including Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Butts. That's the one I played. All right. Today we're doing the Battle of the Twos, the Mario Twos. And I'm going to be representing Mario the Lost Levels, aka the original Super Mario Bros. 2. Teddy is going to be representing
Mario's levels. They're not lost. They're right here on the NES. Mario Bros. 2. Super Mario Bros. 2, I should say. It's very super. Out of this world. Some of these levels. You got to take a rocket ship. Yeah, I will be the representative for Brian's childhood game. Hi, Brian.
So here we go.
Let's
Take a deep
go.
breath. Take a
Charles
deep
Martinet.
breath.
Give me your best Martinet.
Let's go.
That's your best. Let's go.
Let's go. That's in the right Steam.
Oh.
Dude, you know what's so weird? I was playing WarioWare Move It, and because Charles Martinet isn't the voice anymore for those characters. Like he's doing like a different thing.
Okay.
He's like the ambassador now. So like I don't know. There's a different guy that did like the Mario Wonder game. Anyway, so obviously he was also Wario, and he's not Wario anymore. So I'm playing like the story mode in that game, and I'm hearing clips from Wario, and they sound like Wario, but like a little bit off. They just sound like a little bit weird.
Okay. That's going to be interesting.
Like somebody impersonating Charles Martinet doing Wario. I'm like, eh.
Oh, I will say
But
to the viewers, please listen to our takes, see where we stand and what you think, but also let us know where you stand. What's your vote? It may get read on the next special Turbo Throwdown, whatever that may be.
I I don't know where I'm gonna land yet. I came into this. I'm biased, but I hate both these games. So honestly, my vote could go either way today.
Hmm. Mine maybe too. We'll see.
All
Oh,
right,
is
Teddy.
there
Let's. Oh, sorry.
one more thing? Is
Go
there
ahead.
a winner then from Nuts and Bolts versus ukulele?
No, Spencer kind of half voted for Yuka. So if you want to count that, Yuka would win.
If we have time
I
at the
think
end of the
Fable.
episode,
I think actually Fable 2 won.
honestly though, I would save that officially for a Fable 1 versus Fable 2 throwdown.
They can't win twice.
Um, no.
Anyway, no, there was no winner last time we tied.
All right. So listen, stay till the end of the video. We might spin the wheel if you're lucky.
The wheel of Yukas. All right. Teddy, are you ready to go back to the magical year of 1986?
Pre-embryo.
1986, June 3rd of 1986, exclusively in Japan. Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 2 was released upon the world. And thus sin was created. Mario Brothers 2.
Burn at the
Mario
stake.
Brothers Mario Brothers 2 came out, I believe, a year after the original, which was 85, I want to say. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. Let's see. Let me look. Yeah, it was 85. So yes, just a year after the first game, and borrows heavily from the first game. In fact, many times during this game, and mostly all of it, you can look at Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels, aka Mario Brothers 2, and I wouldn't blame you if you just got confused and thought you were looking at Mario Brothers 1, because it's basically just like a level pack for the first game in a sense. The idea behind the game was that they wanted to make a game that was more difficult. I guess they saw that players had really mastered the first Mario Brothers, and they wanted to make a game that really challenged the original players. That really gave them a challenge, and I guess they were really. I guess like the speed running thing was really big at the time for Mario 1, so they want to make a game that was harder to speed run and stuff. And that's sort of where Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels comes into play. If you haven't played Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels, it's basically Mario Brothers 1 in its DNA. You're doing the same things. You're jumping on Goombas, jumping on Koopas, hitting blocks, running fast, jumping over things. Teddy just liked one of Brian's videos. Nice. And, you know, just trying to make it to the end, get to the flagpole. Bada bing, bada boom, it's Mario. What makes Lost Levels so different is when they said they wanted to make the game more difficult, what they meant was they wanted to make the game almost fucking impossible because there's so much bullshit in this stupid fucking game. Um, Mario 1 already had some weird ass physics at points, especially with like the springs and some of the jumps and like your momentum at points. And this game does not help that. There's moments where you have to combat wind. Who wanted wind in a Mario game? It's there. There's hidden blocks. There's okay. So in like the original Mario Bros. And this game, you can't scroll back the screen. It's just locked to like where you go. So if you get to a point and you need to hit hidden blocks, and then you have to get a running start to jump and get on the blocks. If you fuck up the screen, if it's too far ahead, you're not. That's not happening. You're not going. You might as well just kill yourself. You're not going anywhere. There's fun secrets like the hidden, like the hidden warp pipes in Mario 1. Only in this one, if you try to go to them, they send you back a world because they said, fuck you. You're not cheating. Fuck back. there's, there's some heinous shit in this goddamn game. And Usually we try to come into these like biased and give like a rundown and then do positives and negatives, but I'm just laying it out, man, because this is a special episode and I want to talk about this stupid fucking game. Um, there's moments in this game I think where because okay, so Mario Brothers 1 is my favorite Mario game. I love it. I think it's like super accessible and fun, fluid to play. I know it's not the most flashy, it doesn't have a hub world, but it's fun. And that's why I like it. And there's glimpses of that in this game. Every once in a while, I can run through a level and I can hit a Koopa and I can jump over some stuff, and I'm like, this feels like Mario 1. But that doesn't last long. It always comes to a screeching halt because there's always some dumbass bullshit that I have to combat in this goddamn game. Um, there's a reason why it wasn't released over here, and that's the reason. Nintendo of America took one look at this game and said, "No, that is not okay," and quickly realized that that's not going to fly over here. Oh look, Teddy's showing the footage, and it's one of my favorite aspects: the air bloopers. Great, love them. Uh, yeah. So Nintendo of America took a look at the game, said that people over here, us Americans, can't handle this game. So we wouldn't get it until Mario All Stars on Super Nintendo originally, and then there's been like other releases of the original version on Wii, and of course All Stars has gotten re-released. And I think even like Lost Levels is now included in different versions. I think the Game Boy version of Mario had Lost Levels. I think it was like Mario Bros. Deluxe. I think it is what that one was on Game Boy Color, and most recently the Mario Game and Watch has Lost Levels included too. So they do still include it in things now, but at the time it was sort of seen as like the wrong step for us, and the right step for us apparently is what Teddy's going to talk about was a different game entirely. Teddy.
Yeah, before we get to the different game, I just want to say, imagine playing Lost Levels on a Game and Watch. No, absolutely not.
I can do it. I have it over there. Yeah, trying to wince at the screen.
Dude, good luck. That's what I'll say. Yeah, this game is different. It's similar but different. We'll get to pros and cons in a bit, but the
Yeah.
reputation of this game is the hard one, the really freaking hard Mario game, and it lived up to it, but I also did beat it. I did use a couple save states towards the end. I tried not to abuse them, but the game was abusing me, so that's my rule. Like abuse me once, shame on me, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting for what it is. It's very challenging, and yeah, I'm excited to throw it down with the neighboring Mario 2 title. Okay, I'm gonna share screen for the next one. Can you may have to fact check me on a couple of dates for.
Yeah. I got the Mario wiki brought up.
Okay, great. Look at this. Brian played Mario 2 in a whole sitting as Toad. No way.
Lame. Who likes Toad?
Spencer. All right. Let's go back. Let's go back in time, everybody, to a time before Super Nintendo. There was Mario 2 on the NES.
1988.
Thank you. Pre-embryo still. This is a different game than the Mario fans were used to. We got robbed of the Lost Level experience. We never were to know what Lost Levels would be like until the Super Nintendo, and so on and so forth. And instead, we got a reskin of a different type of game called Doki Doki Panic. This game allows you to play as Mario or some other cast members, Luigi, Toad, Peach, and each one has things that make them unique. Peach has kind of a hover. I think Luigi can kind of flutter, And then I don't remember exactly what makes Toad Toad, but I think he's the one without any ability whatsoever. Mario might get a bit higher jump, and it's a pretty unique game. They never really made another one like this. Essentially, the way it works is instead of running and jumping on enemies and going for flagpoles at the end, it's like kind of more of an adventure, I guess I would say. You pluck things out of the ground, or you can jump on enemies and pick them up and throw them at other enemies. It's a different physics style than the Mario you're used to. It's also a different adventuring style, a little more obscure, ambiguous. Finding hidden potions in the ground to find mushrooms that are in random locations in order to upgrade your health. The enemies are different. It's not really Goombas. It's Shy Guys and the like. Their ilk, those Shy Guys. There is no timer running, so you're kind of free to explore, as Brian is doing here. He's, taking his time wandering through Mario's world. This is the introduction of Birdo. So Birdo is the primary culprit in a lot of the levels. Sick trick, Brian. That is awesome. Koopa shell riding. I've never seen that done before. It's very strange. It's very strange, and I typically find myself fluttering and falling off edges. I mean, I played this game as Mario. I tried to do it the traditional way. It's a Mario game, so Mario should control well, in my opinion. I know it's easier to play as Peach, maybe even Luigi, but I wanted the Mario experience, and he kind of feels like shit. I'm sorry, I'm going into pros and cons, but he slips all over the goddamn place. I find myself falling and reserving my feelings about it. I'll just say it takes getting used to. It takes a certain understanding of the physics that is not Mario 1's physics. And Mario 1's physics are not perfect either, but this one has a slippery control that takes getting used to. And a lot of vertical climbing, whereas Mario 1 and 2 and 3 are more left to right. And so there are some other unique elements to the adventuring. There's a couple segments where you got to throw bombs at a wall and kind of break your way out of a section, or you have to find this hidden eggshell at the end that opens a bird's mouth, and then you go into it and go to the next level. It makes me wonder what the hell was going on with this game. This is what Americans wanted, was something really obscure. Okay, the slot machines, nice touch. But again, I'm going to wait on pros and cons. I just would say this game is out there. It's different. Everybody knows it. A lot of people love it. It's an acquired taste. That's what I'll say.
Did you know that Mario 2 is actually Doki Doki? Yeah, Mario 2 is a game that a lot of people like. That's that's a fact that I can give it. There are elements that I do that will stick around throughout the Mario franchise. I like Shy Guy. Look, I keep a Shy Guy by my desk. There's a Shy Guy right here. I like some of the different characters introduced in this game, and the music's cool. So it's fun to get to revisit some of the elements like that would go on to be in later Mario titles. But it's also a bit of a black sheep within the Mario franchise. No other game does this, and honestly, it's because this game isn't a Mario game. It's just another game skinned like a Mario game. So, judge it accordingly, I guess. And a lot of people like it for what it is. So, hey, congrats.
You are the most liked, most popular kid in school, Mario 2. For what
At
it's
least
worth.
today.
Great. So we can go back to a Mario 2 you don't dislike as much, I think, or dislike for different reasons. Let's go to pros and cons. So we're gonna start with.
I think that was a that was a better way of putting it.
What are the pros and cons of Mario 2, The Lost Levels?
Mario 2: The Lost Levels. We'll start with pros. We can just kind of go back and forth here. I think the first obvious pro is the fact that it's built upon Mario 1, which is a fantastic game. That's a game that I think is infinitely replayable. So the elements and parts of this game that feel like that game and do that part, do those elements correct, are still a lot of fun. You know, because Mario 1's a lot of fun. I think that's the first big one for me.
Yeah, I think it's a good brain teaser. Kind of subverts your expectations with the same format. If you're the type of person that's like, what if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like it kind of feels like that for Mario 1. Granted, they change quite a bit, but that withstanding, it for what it's worth, the levels work. I also really appreciated that if you game over, you can start at the level you're at, not the beginning of the world, which I frequently
At
have
least
to
on the
do.
All Star one. I don't know about the original one, but at least on the All Star one,
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the NES or the Famicom version.
You could fact check. I see Brian's playing the
Um,
Super Nintendo one here. I think you're right though. I think it might just be on the All Stars.
which is the version we played recently, so that's still fair point.
And the Wii
Um,
version has that same thing, so Switch Online
okay.
service. I guess you could play the NES one.
Yeah, on your Game and Watch.
There you go.
I kind of like some of the elements where they do mix up different parts of Mario 1 together. There's some weird stages near the end, especially if you do like the bonus worlds, where it's like stage elements that for Mario 1 that you wouldn't think, to see together were kind of like mashed together, like swimming through like, different environments that weren't meant to be like swam through and stuff. Like that was kind of neat.
I like Luigi.
Yeah. Luigi's cool.
I think is he just a super edition?
All-Star, I think he's in both, but the
Okay.
differences might just be in the All-Star version though.
Well, the other thing too is All Stars is the introduction of this game for the West. Like how many people own that Famicom cart?
Yeah, you couldn't play here at least, unless you like imported it. You really couldn't play the Famicom version until the Wii. I think that was the first time they released that version over here. It was like the Wii Virtual Console.
If anybody has played that Famicom version, I would like to know. Like, please tell me your story
I
now.
have it on my Game and Watch. You mean to play it?
Yes, play it and tell me your story
I'm pretty
immediately.
I'm pretty sure that Game and Watch is dead. It's like right there on the
So it all
shelf.
started when I charged my Game and Watch. Teddy wanted me to play Mario 2 Lost Levels Famicom version, so I did.
Oops.
Here's
I
my
played
story.
ball instead.
I looked at it and I said,
Played 30 hours 30
"Nah."
hours of ball. Beep, beep.
Amazing. Ready to
All
con
right.
it up, I think.
Yeah. Talk about
Miyamoto's a
some
dick.
Mario Lost Levels. Fuck, fuck, fuck this goddamn game, dude. There's some bullshit. There is straight up bullshit baked into this game. It's the level design is the most dickish level design I've ever experienced, and there's points in this game where I was honestly like, this feels like a bad Mario Maker stage. Like, feels like when I would play in Mario Maker when I was used to play that online a lot, mainly on the Wii U, and it'd be like I would come across a stage that was just like somebody made it impossible on purpose, and then they like made like a hidden door so that they could finish the stage, but you didn't know that was there. So like they got to post it like it was like a completed stage, and then it's like impossible to complete. That's what some of these levels felt like. Was like the level designers were like, "All right, good luck." Oh well.
Can we just do anecdotes of the worst levels of the lost levels? What is your worst level? I know mine. It's probably the same.
I don't know. There's quite a few. I think okay, this isn't the worst one, but I do want to say that I think some of the later castles are pretty egregious with some of like the choosing the different pathways. That's that's hard near the end. I think the one you're gonna say is the fucking wind in the springs, where you have the springs that launch you off of the screen, and then you have wind, and then you also have to move and position yourself to land on another goddamn spring to launch yourself back up into the air. And you do this multiple times throughout the stage. Is it fun? No. Is it cool? No.
Did I cave? Yes. That's probably where my save state started. Was
That's
that
where your
level.
save state started? You're like, fuck this.
Yeah, up to that point, I was able to play through every level. You know, it was annoying doing the restarting on some of them, but that one I was just like, boing, boing. I'm like, get this shit. I just got to get this over with. I'm done.
Oh yeah, well, and like with your momentum in that game, that's with with Mario One. It's like whenever you're moving and like it's hard to like change your momentum midair. So if you're coming down at like an angle, you're gonna keep going. So there's points where I couldn't tell if I was above the place I had to land, and then I just see Mario off to the side like
The
it's like,
wind screws it
fuck.
up because you can read it if there wasn't wind. You would know he would land in the middle of the screen, but the wind pushes you to different angles, especially if you're moving or not moving.
Mhm.
So the whole thing there is dickish. A couple other ones that it's just like, man, Miyamoto is such a dick. He in the last Bowser stage where it's like you have to go like a certain patterns on where you're going. He
Yeah.
puts a fucking block path up top that looks like you're supposed. Oh, you know, like I see a turtle here. I definitely have to bounce off of the turtle and up onto that part. And of course, if you try that, you're gonna die, and then you're gonna end up back at the beginning of the stage. So you keep trying and trying, and you're dying, and it's like, what the hell? You can't even make this, and it ends up being the lowest path, the most basic path to get to the Bowser at the end. There's another part in that level where there's a warp pipe. It's a one panel screen. You warp up the warp pipe, I think from the water or right before the water. And it's covered by like a L-shaped Tetris block. So to get down there, you have to jump and then fall in.
Yeah, you have to jump and then try to maneuver yourself inward.
I'm like, you are such an asshole for making me do this.
Uh, yeah, I'm glad I never played this game as a kid. Because I didn't have experience with it. I didn't have Lost Levels or anything. I had a friend that had it, but like I don't think I ever tried this one. I'm pretty sure he was like, "Don't play that one." But I didn't get to try this until like the Wii. So by that point I was a little more experienced. But man, if I played this as a kid, I might have never picked up another fucking Mario game ever again. It is brutal.
Hammer Bros on the they read your movement really well. And then
Oh yeah.
because they're on the ground, you have to jump over them or time them for them to jump and then run underneath. It's usually in Mario 1 where they're on top of a question block so you can bump them. So when you have back-to-back Hammer Bros segments, it's awful.
Also, okay, I I get wanting a challenge, and there's elements of the game that are added for that purpose. That could be seen as a value to somebody, like the having to like maneuver jumps or stuff, whatever. But what value is the poison mushroom? If you know the game, you know where not to hit them and get them, and they don't like. You can tell they're poison mushrooms. What value is that item? There's no value to it being in the game. It's just another asshole. Like that's for the first player when you first start playing the game. You're like, oh look, a new power up. Boop, I'm dead. You
Dude,
know.
those guys, they understand psychology. They know exactly where you're going to jump, and they put a hidden block there. with a poison fly. They do it sometimes, like right before. Okay, I got this big jump coming up. I'm running and I'm gonna jump, and then you run and you jump, and then you hit the block and you fall out of the pit. It's like
Oh yeah.
why?
Uh, yeah, this is like some of the worst level design in any platformer that I've played. And there's some pretty bad platformers out there, but like it's rare that I see a 2D platformer that just actively fucking hates you like Boss Levels does. It does not like you one bit. It does not want you to be here. Man.
Okay,
All
well,
right, you ready to move on to Mario 2?
yeah. Let's move from Mario 2 to Mario 2. We're going to Super
All
Mario
right.
Bros. 2, from the NES. So pros.
Okay,
What are the
I'll let you go
pros
first.
of Super Mario Bros. 2? No time limits, so hypothetically it is less stressful. More time to explore, kind of figure out what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Uh, there is some fun iconography within this game. Like I said, the Shy Guys, some of those characters, the music. There's stuff that like I think just I enjoy just from a legacy standpoint of being a Mario fan and then playing the game and being like, oh, I know this song, I know that character. I know these elements that I would see in other Mario games later on. So that was cute.
I like the kind of adventure aspect to it, like the finding the potion and kind of anticipating where a mushroom will be, or kind of looking for the plants and then picking them up for coins that you can use in the slot machines. It kind of gives this sense of reward for your exploration.
The four playable characters is a nice choice, I guess. Nice touch, and that's something that they would also introduce later on. I think like the newer Mario games. I think like Mario 3D World or Land, whatever. No World. And like some of like the Super Mario Bros. Games kind of have those elements where you have like the four characters to choose from. I think even Wonder does that. So like that's a cool touch. Being able to play as the whole cast of Mario people, Mario Mario characters.
Closing on a boss battle in the worlds is pretty cool. I mean, there aren't too many that stand out to me, but there are some, and they're not all just Bowser. So there's some diversity. You know, concept development.
No. I guess. Anything else?
Uh, no.
Moving on to cons.
The platforming. The thing that the game is. Okay. Examples of this that are like particularly egregious are like digging through the sand in like a hidden temple area, and then a bunch of Shy Guys end up like just chasing you and like dropping through the pits that you're digging. So it's inevitable that you're gonna get hit. Another one is like they have these blocks that you have to like pick up and throw to like build platforms for yourself, and then doing that to find the key, and then having to throw the key so the mask stops chasing you, and then pick it back up so you get it to the door, and but then and you need all your health for that boss too. So I find it more of a nuisance than anything. I don't feel like I have a good grasp on it. At least as
Okay.
Mario. Maybe easier as Peach, but I don't know if that's a plus.
I went into my replay of this on All Stars with an open mind. Because I have stated before I don't like this game. It's never been one that I've enjoyed going back to. But I was like, I had just played through Mario 1 and did the lost levels to 100%, which means I beat all the bonus worlds and lost levels. And I was like, I'm gonna give Mario 2 a chance. You know, maybe this time, maybe the All Stars version. I don't know. Maybe some magic will be bestowed upon me, and I'll think this is a fun game. This is the most fucking boring goddamn game I ever. Dude, there's 7 worlds. This is the shortest of the Mario games that I played, and it felt like It felt like it was never gonna fucking end. As the whole time I was playing it, I got to the end of the game, and I immediately texted you, and I was like, I still hate this game. It's just, you know, and maybe it's where I came straight out of the hell that was Lost Levels, because that game is like it's split second reactions and like twitchy gameplay, and then I come to fucking Mario 2 USA, and it's like. And I'm like walking around and like picking up a radish and throwing it, and like you don't actually, there's no platform challenge anywhere really. I mean, yeah, you could fall, but in most stages you just kind of fall to like a bottom level. You have to climb back up most things. Um,
That's
so
kind
there's
of
not
my
really that.
thing with that platforming too. Is like, yeah, the best way is to play as Peach and to just kind of skip over the platforming. But then where's the platforming? If the best way to play is to cheese through it, then it's not a very good platformer, is it?
No, I like I said, it just felt I was so fucking bored playing this game. And then it was like the elements I hated were like the levels where I have to like find a key and go in and out of a door, and like it was kind of like a little maze, and I was like, I don't want to do this. Like that's not. I don't know who played this game in 1988. Coming off the original Mario Bros, which again is all about fast, fluid, like platforming, and then going straight to this game and being like, oh yeah, the obvious next step for Mario is walking through doors and picking up keys and stuff like that. No, this game doesn't feel like a Mario game. It feels, and you can enjoy it. People at home, you can enjoy it. That's perfectly fine. I would see why people could enjoy this. But it's not a goddamn Mario game. Nothing about this game feels like a Mario game. The boss battles suck. I hate the boss battles. They all pretty much come down to grab a thing and throw it. That's basically all the boss battles. Birdo, you grab an egg, you throw it. Mouser and Wart, and I think there's like one other one. You just grab a bomb or something and you fucking throw it. Like there's not really strategy with the
Those
bosses. I felt.
those throwing things are not even good. Like the timing of jumping on the egg that Birdo shoots and then making sure it doesn't like hit the wall first and then bounce on your head. Like it's really bad. I even in the warp battle, you have to like figure out the spout where like the thing that's not gonna hurt you comes out of, and then you try jumping and throwing it, and usually it just lands right in front of him. So you can, or like that Mauser battle, he's like moving back and forth all across like the platform, and you got to throw the bomb, and it's like, where? How do you know where he's gonna land? It's impossible to time it. So you have to just get lucky, and that's how I kind of feel about the game. Is I feel like I have to get lucky when I'm playing it to do well.
Yeah, and to me, this always just felt like, and which it is, honestly, it just felt like Nintendo's half-ass attempt to be like, oh, you guys need a Mario game. Like this game is vaguely Mario-ish. Like if we just kind of add a few sprites in, it could be a Mario game, sure. So it always kind of felt like, like there's a meme that's like, Mom, can we get steak? And it's like, son, we have steak at home, and like the steak at home is like awful. Like that's how I felt. Like, oh, Mom, can we get Mario 2? It's like, no, we have Mario 2 at home, and it's this fucking game. That's how it feels. It's playing it as it doesn't feel like Mario. It's not fun to me, and I don't enjoy any of the elements. The most fun to me is like listening to the fucking music. The music's good. That's the best part of the game. I
Very
don't.
true. How ready do you feel to throw down right now?
I'm still not. I'm still as conflicted as I was at the beginning, but I'm trying to like I'm trying to fucking compromise with myself here because I wouldn't recommend either one of these games. I'll be to be completely honest, but I think I'm ready. Are you ready?
I hope I don't regret my vote, but I'm gonna make it anyway. So
All
yeah,
right, and we can justify our votes after we say this.
yeah.
Ready?
3. Well,
All
I'll
right.
go on your count.
Three. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Mario
Super
2.
Mario Bros. 2: The Lost Levels.
Oh, we switched. We
Yeah.
swapped. All right.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that from you.
I I don't like either one of these games. The perspective I was coming in from was which one would I recommend to somebody? And I think, and obviously there is an audience for Mario 2 USA. I think there is an audience for it. I'm not the audience. I think the game is bland and boring as hell, but obviously people do like it, and it's not an offensive game to me. Mario: The Lost Levels is an offensive game to me. I wouldn't recommend that game to my worst enemy.
Wow. For that exact reason, I've come to think of it as like a rite of passage. Not that you have to play it, but I've always heard of it as like the really hard Mario game. I've never heard anybody recommend it. I've heard that it's impossible. I've tried it before and not really committed to it. I was like, "Oh shit, what is this platform? Where's this hidden block? This huge jump? What the hell?" But there is a way, and it is very possible, and I think that the All-Stars version makes it more accessible. I have just so many memories of those stupid fucking stages. Whereas with Mario 2, I played it, and just before we started this, I was like, Alex, you got to remind me, like, what happened in this game? Oh, there's a mask, and the Shy Guys, and the bombs at the wall, and like, oh, yeah. And it's got good music. But
Actually, you're making some good points, and I was thinking to myself, because okay, so my perspective voting was that which one would I recommend to somebody? Probably USA. But thinking back, which one would I rather play? I think I'm changing my vote to Lost Levels.
Swung. Let's go.
Because I would rather play Lost Levels, to be completely honest. Because at least something's fucking happening in that game. It's bullshit, yeah, but at least like it's challenging, and like I can still run and have fun playing Mario. I'm not like gotta go through a door and find a key. Look, there's a door and there's a rope, and I gotta blow up a wall, and then there's a like. It's bizarre to me that people love that game so much, because if you play any other game after that point, like sure, like Mario World and stuff has like those elements to it, sort of like there's elements of like finding collectibles and stuff, but most of the other Mario games post Mario 2 are still run and jump platformers where you can just run through the stages. You don't have to really stop as much and like do boring ass shit. So. You know, yeah, Lost Levels gets it. I don't.
Let's go. Dude, you made everybody happy for 30 seconds.
They were like, yeah, he did it. And then I was like, yeah, no, you switched me. You were like talking about how unmemorable Mario 2 was. And I was like, yeah, I can't do it.
Hey, we're allowed to do that. We can swing the vote, So good on you, Alex. Seeing the light. I hope
I don't like either game.
No, they're both offensive for different reasons. Well, Mario 2 is just, I guess, I don't know if offensive is the right word. It's just not uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
So.
It's if they made Mario 2 today, if they made a game like Mario 2 today, people would riot about how fucking awful it is. Because it doesn't feel like Mario. They'd be like, what is this shit? What is Nintendo doing to Mario? But because somebody played it when they were 8 on their NES, it's their favorite.
I still want to know who the hell has played Doki Doki Panic.
We all have. It's called Mario 2.
Pre-Mario
I mean, I guess
2.
in Japan.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. Let me look this up. I'm pretty sure the Doki Doki license was like a cell phone. thing or something, like mascots
Dude,
or some kind of phone. I don't even know
every
who the Doki Doki.
YouTuber touts it so proudly. Oh, it's Doki Doki Panic. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know what
Like
Doki
every
Doki Panic is.
yeah. I'm trying to see if I can. I'm trying to figure out what Doki Doki is, because it's not like a Nintendo owned thing.
Man.
And like everything you could look up online just goes back to fucking Mario 2. Okay, hold on. Doki Doki Panic was based on Yume Kojo 87, an event sponsored by Fuji TV and held blah blah blah. So was it some sort of TV show or something? Sort of TV thing? You made Koji Doki Doki Panic Media. There's some kind of okay. No, I think it was just some different characters in Japan. They made a game for them. Wow. Okay, whatever.
Whatever.
The mystery
Thanks.
still stands. I'm not. I'm not. I don't care as that much to look into this further.
Well, there you have it, folks. The real Mario 2 has been crowned. If we ever do a Mario series throwdown, I'm calling this one of the episodes. In fact, I will just repost it as such.
Yeah, and if we ever do that series, whatever Mario the Lost Level goes up against next, unless it's like fucking Mario Land 1, it's not winning. I think that's the only game Lost Levels could possibly beat is Mario Land 1 on the goddamn Game Boy. Maybe. Hard maybe. uh, Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for watching Throwdown all year. And we will be throwing down some more in 2024. Maybe, well, it's going to take a while for us to get through the Genesis stuff, but we are open to doing more specials here and there. So I'm going to ask you, the viewer, if you have an idea for a special Turbo Throwdown episode that we could do on the side, let us know. And if we see one we like, who knows? You know, we could consider it.
Yeah, tell us what you like, Terry. Valkyrie Profile 1 versus
Yes,
Final
I want you to
Fantasy.
Pokemon Coliseum versus Pokemon DX Gale of Darkness.
Yes, the Pokemon Colosseum map out we have all been waiting for.
You sounded slightly Irish there.
Well, I'm Irish, so there you go. I just don't show it.
Is Terry Irish?
He's close. He's British.
Yeah, it's basically Irish. Same thing.
Same landmass.
Yeah, same land mass.
By
Same
that
chunk of
logic, I'm
land.
Mexican and Canadian, so, you know.
By that logic, I'm Mexican. All right. Let's get out of here before we get in trouble.
All right, happy 2023, everybody.
Bye. Mario 2 and Mario Lost Levels suck. Thanks for watching.